Hi folks, hope you're all doing well. Right then, this Hasegawa kit's getting built, slowly but surely. There's been a few problems in the background, as I'll tell you at the end. It's the Subaru Legacy RS, the car that puts Subaru onto the world rallying scene. Of course, brought Colin Mcrae to everybody's attention. Right, we've got the body and we're sanding it back with sand sponger, brought from a local car factory. It's 900 grit. It's getting the shine off. I've already washed it in wash up liquid, and this is giving it something for the body to the paint to purchase to on the body. A few micro abrasions. I'll get the words right in a minute. Typical me. I don't do any notes or anything. It's done as I go along. Right, I'm impressed with the moulding of this kit. It's a fairly old kit. I actually imported this from Japan. I brought it on a Japanese website. It came very quickly, no problems. A week and a half turnaround. I was going to build it originally as in the box Harry Vatton's RAC rally car, but I've got my hands on some Studio 27 decals for the Manx rally. So it would be Colin Mcrae's car, one of the two British World Rally Champions. And for a country that's had so many brilliant World Rally Championship events and a fantastic national championship, you'd have thought we've had a lot more world champions than this. Right, this little colour levelling thinner. We took 1.5 millilitres of this into a nice empty jar, and 1.5 millilitres of Mr. Finisher Surface of 1500 white. Mix those together in my Vortex mixer, and here we are at the booth. A quick once over with the anti-static brush. This is to detract from attracting any dust. It does seem to work. I think there's somewhere between £10 and £15 UK money. It does work, and of course when you're dusting your models that you've got on display, you can use it for that. Right then, here goes out the little pot that I've mixed up all my undercoat in. And time to get myself ready. I've got my mask on, got the spray booth wound up. This is why I now don't have the volume on. I've learned how to mute my camera. Putting a clear glove on, because that's the glove that's going to, if I'm going to get any overspray onto my body, it's going to be on there. I really should cover my arm, but for some reason I don't get it on my arm. Starting at the bottom, through under the wheel arches and the bottom sills, and it's just basically misting it on, not going too mad. There's a lot of nooks and crannies on this car, typical Japanese design. Very, very popular car in its day. Of course, it was once the Impreza started winning, everybody wanted the Impreza. But I've known a couple of lads that have had the Legacy out of the time, and it's a very potent car, cross country A to B. And of course, building it with the it's going to be in the iconic Rothmans livery, something that after 1991 they had to start using the word rallying to replace it because cigarette sponsorship was banned. But apparently it's to stop people like me smoking. I've never smoked a day in my life, and literally every race team that was in Formula 1 or in rallying at some point had some form of cigarette sponsorship. Hell, even my mum smoked. So there we are. That's the first one down. First layer, first coat of undercoat. Leave that for a few minutes. 5 minutes, let it flash off. Yeah. Looking at my watch. Give it 5 minutes, and then we'll come back. But to be honest, these do go off very quickly. I've seamlessly brought that together there. Very good. Alright, actually I might just be blowing air on it to yeah, I think I'm blowing air on it here to help the chemicals dry quicker. Well, we're onto the paint again. I must have blended it together in post edit. But yeah, 2 or 3 coats of the undercoat down, then you can do a bit of sanding. I'm using the Ultimate Apex airbrush. Normally I use Tammy one with a 0.5 needle. This is a 0.3. But when you're using the Misabi surfacer, because it's thinned down, you can get away with a 0.3. Lots of the other paints, the ones that Badger makes, you need a 0.5 or more. I did have some, but I threw it away because it kept clogging the airbrush up. But I think it was because I was using this airbrush. It was the wrong airbrush for the thinners. The undercoat. I've got a 0.5 now, so at some point I'll probably buy some more of the Badger, or it's renamed one of the Ultimate modelling products. You might hear some noise in the background if the microphone catches up. Somebody's hoovering downstairs. We're coming towards the end here. It's just about to keep them, put a nice light little coat down, then build it up a bit more. You can see I'm putting it down a bit heavier now. Then it just gives you a nice coat, gives you a layer. You can sand it back. The very fine 2400 or higher sander. It's like painting a real coat. It's all about the preparation. That's the second coat done. Job's a good one. Onwards up there. Yeah, okay. 4 or 5 minutes. Don't know why my hand looks so red. Looks like I've been nicking strawberries or something. Third coat. Here we are. This should be the third and final coat. As you can see, I've got my brushing a bit closer now when I'm going slower. With this design of the car as well, you've got to make sure you get in amongst the A and B pillars. It's just a lot of places you could miss on these styles of bodies. It's a nice shape, but it is boxy. But it is a car from the late 80s, early 90s. The aerodynamics hadn't taken over car design as much as it does now, which means if you look on the roads, a lot of cars look very much alike. But again, we're concentrating on getting in around the pillars, on where the windows go, under the wheel arches, under the sills, around the bumpers, where the number plate recess is on the rear. You can see it's taped onto one of the Tamiya stands. And unlike the last car I did, it doesn't keep popping off either, thank God. Yes, I've gone a lot thicker on this coat. So this is going to be the last one. That allows me to, I don't know if I do it on camera or not, I do sand it back. I don't think I did it on camera, actually, on second thoughts. But yeah, it took the undercoat very well. Quick look at the airbrush. Oh, next nothing left in it. Put everything to one side. Time to clean it up. That's that done. Right then, Mr. Finishing Surface 1500 Black. This is for the wheels, because like all good Subaru rally cars, they're Speedline alloys and they are gold. And for metallic colours, you need a black background. This is something I've learnt the hard way doing a Sauber Mercedes, that I then had to strip all the paint off and re-lacquer it, recoat it in black before putting the silver on again. But here we are. I've mixed like the white, the black Mr. Surfacer with Mr. Hobby thinners. This time it's the same again, Mr. Leveling thinner. That stuff is It's the go-to thinners for a lot of model makers, myself included. Now we have to keep moving the wheel around because you've got to get the paint between the spokes, on the spoke faces, round the back. There's a lot of areas that could be missed, so that's why I'm using a circular motion when I'm spraying, trying to get the face of the spoke and either side of the spokes. Again, it's very, very simple to miss a bit, and when you do, it stands out like a sore thumb. And to use some good old-fashioned black country saying, you make yourself look a prat and you feel one as well. But yeah, nice, steady does it. As you can see, I've got some paper towel down in my booth. That's been soaked, dampened. The idea again being, if there's any dust dragged up, it sits on the paper, on the damp paper, and very much again, you're copying what happens in a proper spray booth, but obviously you're not doing a full size car, you're doing 1/24. But it's about the second time I've used this Mr. Surfacer Blacking. It gives a lovely matte black coating once it's dried off. Lays down perfectly. I'm using the same airbrush as before. I cleaned it out. That's the wheels done. As you can see, nicely coated dark black. Those go in a box along with the body. There's the wheels. And now we're onto the body. We're using Zero Paint's Pure Brilliant White. It's a copy of Tamiya's TS26, I think the number is. Give it a damn good shake. Now the main reason why I use Zero Paints is because this is a very, very big colour on a lot of models. So being able to buy it in large quantity helps, rather than 30 or 60ml. I was able to buy, I think it's 200 of a litre. Zero Painters get a bit of a bad reputation for being hot, so I've had no problem with it personally. I always make sure there's a good layer of base coat down, undercoat. Right, turn the spray booth up, mask on, and don't worry, I made a start on getting myself fitter. Hopefully that belly will start disappearing. It's going to take a while, but I've got to work at it. I might open a side channel on here, so if you do and you follow that, give me a bit of motivation, because that's what's going to get it done. Motivation and people telling me that, yeah, you're doing alright mate, you're doing well, keep it going. I don't have a very big friend circle. Since my accident, I keep myself to myself a lot just lately. But there we are, the Pure Brilliant White's going down. It's been my first of, I think I put 5 coats down, 4 or 5 coats down in the end. A lot of people say 3, 4. I've seen some people do 6 very fine coats, but as you can see, I'm keeping the airbrush back fairly well from the body. I'm just misting it down. Just not making sure I'm getting coverage, a nice light coverage, then now I'm hanging the airbrush up. First coat done, leave it for 5 minutes, let everything off gas. And I'm back. This is going to be my last coat I put down. I think this is coat 4. I'm pretty sure it's the 4th and final coat. I know that I've given it 5 minutes between each one. Went away, had a glass of water or whatever, and come back, looked at me watch. Okay, time to go again. But yeah, it's a lovely colour. It's really bright white. I've got the next colour that's got to go down ready. It's I think it's number 5, Rothman's Blue. But I'm doing that in the next video because it's going to take a lot of masking off. I've got to get out of this doing that, going a lot of I'm still quite nervous about doing these voiceovers. The more I do, the better I will get, and the less I will stutter or But yeah, it's going down. We're coming towards the end of this bit now. Because it's got 4 coat, this is the 4th coat. I know there's a nice layer underneath. Just going a little bit heavier, make sure there's a full coverage. As with the undercoat, make sure I've done under the sills, the front and rear arches, the bottom of the bumpers, front and rear, and in any crevices for number plates. That's it. 4th one done. Job's a good one. Done dusted. Gravity Spain BBS Gold. I know the Speedline alloys, but it's the same colour. This will, like all the other paints I've used from Zero Paints, Gravity are pre-mixed for airbrush. Just shake them up, give them a good shake. I've got my vortex mixer up, put them in there for a couple of minutes, and you just tip it straight into the airbrush and paint. It takes a lot of the bother out of the modelling, makes it a lot easier, and they are good paints. Gravity was some of the first I brought, and I can't knock them. I rate them very, very highly. But the problem is they only do 30mm pots, and they don't do, well, they do titanium white. But when I can buy a great big massive jar, I'm going to buy the big jar on, so it makes everything simple. It puts less emphasis on having to keep going to a model shop or mail ordering. So that's why I've got that big pot of Zero Paints Pure Brilliant White for bodies, because a lot of race cars and a lot of rally cars are white, even if it's a pain in the backside to paint, and every so often I need a break from it. I'm doing white cars, but the paint's going down. We're getting a nice gold colour, and on the black backing it comes out beautifully. Very happy. Great paint job. And quick look. No, I think I need a bit more on there. Come on, Dave. But the gravity paints do dry very quickly. The lack of paint sense, why spray booth, the mask. You've got to protect your lungs, you've got to protect your health, just like they do in a proper body shop. But we're nearing the end. I'm looking forward to getting this kit across the line. I think it's going to look brilliant once it's done. I'm really pumped for it. Oh, that was my last another coat of black. I thought I'd videoed some of the gold going down, but obviously I hadn't. What an honour I am. Right then. Anyway, I've got a picture of it, of the wheels, even if I've forgot to video spraying them. I'm a wally. There we go. Looking very bitty, but they're still wet, and they do dry out lovely. Anyway, onwards my friends. Cheers.